Hi guys, welcome back to Sasomis and a miracle. So today we'll be looking at a new blockchain. We've been actually doing a series of research on different smart contract running blockchains, and we'll be releasing those videos uh, concerning those blockchains, how to get into those blockchains, and a few things about them in the coming weeks. We've done a video already on Metis. So today we are going to be talking about Juno. All right, so guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Okay, so let's just dive right in. Juno. All right, so this is the Juno website, junonetwork.io. So when you come into the website, you're graced with this rather beautiful website. But then what is particular about Juno? All right, so Juno is a smart contracts evolved. All right, so it tells you to use and create interoperable applications on Juno, a decentralized public permissionless network for cross-chain smart contracts. Okay, so you would say there are so many cross-chain smart contracts running platforms or blockchain. So what makes Juno different? All right, so it says interoperable smart contracts, home of COSPs, WASPs. So I don't know, I find it difficult to pronounce these words. So now it goes on to explain what this COSPs, WASPs is all about. So it comes when you come here, it tells you that COSPs, WASPs enables WebAssembly virtual machines. WebAssembly allows for software written in many languages to run securely on a blockchain. So this is the interest right here. All right, so this WebAssembly allows for software written in any languages to securely run on a blockchain. So this is the huge difference between Juno and some other blockchains are also interoperable, right? Because most of them you can't write your software in any language and then have it deploy on that blockchain. So you have to actually write it in their own language. All right, so if you want to deploy anything on the Ethereum network, you have to have your software written in Solidity, and if you want to do that in Solana, you have to write that software with Rust. All right, so each blockchain, most blockchains have their own language, but then Juno makes it possible for you to write it in a couple of languages that that you can still have it run on Juno's blockchain, which is different, which is totally different. Now it tells us that WASP serves as an intermediate language that compiles the developer's language of choice into a portable virtual machine. This means that you can have a simple, secure, and fast virtual machine set up to sandbox or partition your application's action for better testing, security, performance, and speed. So for me, this sets Juno apart. This sets Juno different from other blockchains, right? So now Juno also gives you the benefits that other blockchains give you, which is speed. Built on Cosmos SDK, ensures high throughput and fast contract execution. Right now, it talks about cost, which is a low cost deployment, up to 35,000 times cheaper than generation 2 blockchain network. So 35,000 times cheaper is really very cheap. All right, so it talks also about interoperability, right? So deploy on Juno and interoperable with all networks in the Cosmos ecosystem via IBC. Now we should also know that Juno was built using the Cosmos SDK, so meaning it's interoperable with other blockchains that are built using the Cosmos SDK, which is actually fantastic. So that makes Juno interoperable in the Cosmos ecosystem. So smart contracts, code and deploy your smart contracts in multiple languages via the power of COSPs, WASP. wow, this it's very difficult to pronounce for me, contract framework. All right, so you can go through the site, to read how Juno came about. They actually airdropped, Juno to holders of Atom, which is the Atom is the native token of Cosmos, the blockchain Cosmos, right? So let's go back and read. Let's go through the document. All right, so one thing people here at docs, one thing people also like to know, I tell people, when you get into a new blockchain and you're fascinated about what you want to, what you can achieve using that blockchain, next thing you have to ask yourself is, what is the wallet I can use to access this blockchain? All right, so we are going to be looking at what wallet does Juno use, what wallet can I use to access dApps that are on Juno. All right, so here, this is the docs, so you can go through the origin story or how Juno originated and all that stuff. How here it tells you a very beautiful story on how Juno started and everything Juno stands for. All right, so you can, I personally have gone through this, so you can take your time and go through it, and it also enlightens you as to what this blockchain is all about. So I'm going to go down here to wallets, right? And now their wallet, they use what is called the Kepler browser wallet. So it's a browser extension, just the way MetaMask, Phantom, and all others are. So it's called Kepler. All right, so you click on the browser extension. So the thing here is you're actually really directed to the proper website, right? So you're not googling Kepler on and then getting maybe a fake website. So because I already have Kepler on my site, on my browser, so this is Kepler right here, right? So that's why it's showing me remove from Chrome. So assuming I wasn't, this will be showing install. All right, so since you guys, I believe you've installed a web extension before, so this should be pretty easy. You can see it has more than 300,000 users already. So yeah, you can follow the steps and then have your Kepler wallet installed. So this is my Kepler wallet. You can see I don't have Atom or Juno in it. So you can see the Kepler wallet, actually you can use it to hold so many tokens, and it actually supports so many blockchains in the Cosmos ecosystem, or so it's basically easy to set up, right? It's really easy to set up. So that's it. So I'll run you guys a few projects that I researched on the Juno blockchain, because this is a relatively new blockchain, so the ecosystem is not really that big, so it's easy for you to know what's happening in the ecosystem, be involved in the day-to-day activity, track performances and all that stuff. So that's why we're bringing you Juno, pretty much early in its life. Okay, so I tweeted out something recently, and this is it. So I talked about the Juno network being quite interesting to research. The devs are building out a suite of dApps that make onboarding both users and devs easy. So these are a few of the application that I find very interesting. Okay, so we're talking about Juno tools, we're talking about Juno Mint, and UpDAO, and this core one official is the guys that are actually building stuff, like the dev team that is actually building stuff on the chain. Now I went ahead and discussed what the various apps does. Okay, so for Juno Mint, you can mint CW20 tokens without any code. All right, so it's that simple. So if I click on Juno Mint, and let's see if you can go to their site. This is their site. you can basically mint tokens without writing any code. That's the idea right there. Okay, so maybe I might not be going through everything that you can do with Juno Mint. So you can see craft your own custom digital assets on the Juno network. So you can go through it and understand what Juno Mint is all about. So the other thing that I talked about, that I talked about, is Juno Tools. All right, so Juno Tools here, what they're saying is Juno Tools is a multi-purpose dApp for interacting with various smart contracts on the Juno network. Right, so Juno Tools here, you can create and manage airdrops without hassle. So if you wanted to build a project and then you wanted to airdrop tokens to users or reward your users, you can actually use Juno Tools for that without having to write codes for it. And also, if you received multiple airdrops, you have to go to Juno Tools to claim them. So they are trying to prevent a situation where people are bombarding your address with maybe not so useful tokens. So when you go to Juno Tools, you decide the airdrops that you want to take and the ones that you don't want in your wallet. All right, so when I have DAO and DAO up. All right, so you can create DAOs and a crowd fund them. All right, so I don't know what's wrong with my tongue this night. Yeah, so DAO, you can see a DAO that builds DAO tooling. All right, so here DAO up, the crowdfunding platform for DAO. So you can actually raise money for your project, and then they make sure that these monies that you raise for your project, you don't run away with the money. The people that contributed this money to your project has a say. They can vote as to when the money will be released to you, in milestones, when you complete certain milestones. So Juno team, they actually building out tools to make interacting with the ecosystem pretty safe, because most of the times what happens with these newer chains is that when new chains come like this and then liquidity starts coming in, most of the times we experience heavy rogues. So Juno devs, they build out these tools to make sure that people are relatively safe. And so you that is getting into the Juno ecosystem, knowing that okay, this project made use of the tooling from DAO or DAO up to crowdfund their project, you somehow know that they are very serious minded people and they can't really run away with your money, because you still have access to your money, right? You can vote to release these monies when you wish to, and all that good stuff. So lastly, I mentioned the Juno ecosystem is still relatively small, with current market cap of around 1.2 billion. So now if we go to CoinGecko, and let's say, let me try to refresh this. Let's say we look at the Juno ecosystem, or the Juno token itself, to see its price and market cap. You would find out that for me it is still relatively cheap, very cheap actually. So we're looking at $27 for one Juno, and market cap is around 1.1 billion dollars, right? So with such supply and what Juno is actually trying to do, we can easily say that Juno can do maybe easy 4x, right? Why would I say easy 4x? Now Juno is making it possible for people to write their application in any language, have it run on the blockchain without having to recode their what's it called, their apps. All right, so this would onboard so many people into so many developers into the blockchain, and also it makes it possible that apps that were written in other languages, running on other blockchains like Solidity or on Solana, or probably even on Cardano and all that stuff, can easily be brought to Juno without having to rewrite those apps. All right, so if that happens, or as Juno develops over time, a $1 billion market cap is too small, right? So we could check some other newer chains, or not really that new, but that are not really offering something too spectacular. We're looking at Phantom will have almost $5 billion in market cap, which is just an L2 solution. We're looking at Matic, Polygon. So Polygon is 11 billion. I don't even know why Polygon is up to 11 billion market cap, right? But it is 11 billion. Now let's look at Avax. Now these are layer 2 solutions to Ethereum, right? And they have this is 20 billion. They have this huge market cap, all right? So that's why I feel Juno can actually get something more than $1 billion market cap. All right, so I'm bullish on Juno, right? And I'm also taking a deeper dive into its ecosystem and track what's happening in their ecosystem. So let us not forget that Juno is built from Cosmos ecosystem. That's the Cosmos SDK. All right, so we can see that the Cosmos itself is sitting at 7 billion market cap. All right, so that gives you a fair idea that the Juno still has room to grow. Also, Cosmos itself has room to grow. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. That's like a brief intro to Juno, the blockchain, the new blockchain, or one of the blockchains that we are looking at to explore. And we've also talked about Metis, which is also another blockchain that we are heavily we've invested in the Metis token itself. We've talked about Chromia, which we are big fans of Chromia down here and waiting for their mainnet to launch. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for listening to me. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification button so when we bring you these content. And thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. But till then, take care.